how will that reflect in the match, though? Brazil, the Olympic champions. Away we go with the first semi-final here in Curitiba at the Fivb World League Finals. It's Brazil in yellow serving, the USA in blue receiving, and this is for a place in the gold medal match, and the first point goes the way of the USA, way of Brazil, in fact. That was unlucky for Jeffrey Jendrick as that ball clipped the top of the net and just rolled over. But an ace serve start for Brazil. Another point for Brazil. They know they want to get off to a good start. And Maurizio making sure that that one doesn't come back. They had a few issues in their semi-final. Bruno and Wallace were having a little bit of a spat. But no issues so far, so good for Brazil. Well picked up by Wallace. And he gets blocked out. And Brazil definitely mean business. The USA, dark horses for this tournament, for this match as well. They get their game going. They know that they can be a threat for Brazil. Brazil know that as well. But right now, it is Brazil who are off to a good start. Only 3-0. And still a long way to go in this game just yet. Sander not with the best of passes, but Patch gets them out of trouble with a great line shot. Lots of room to work with. Ball compressing down onto the line. A good rule of thumb is if you're line judging, if that ball is shadowing the line, it will be in. Because as the ball compresses down, it will catch that sideline. John Sporor doesn't give much away. He might have a long blink now and again. That's about it, summing up his emotions. Bruno for Brazil. Sander is dug. Wallace with a bit of work to do. And Shoji keeps it in play. Oh dear. Miss hit from Sander. He'll forget that and get ready to serve, to receive serve. It happens. Off-pace attack, but that's really well played by Brazil, reading it, keeping it off the floor. Scrappy rally, both teams out of system, and Patch makes sure that he gets the point for his team. Tiales with the high hands defense not quite working. Very good pickup by the libero. But it is the USA who take the point eventually. Patch over the top of 3 blockers, over the top of Tiales as well. Smith has been Mr. Steady for the USA throughout this final 6 campaign. Really being able to show exactly what he can do as a starting 6 player for the USA. Christensen ignoring the boos and whistles. Maurizio with an excellent 3-point pass. And that's a lovely block from Sander to slow it down. It's free ball now, though, for Brazil. They've got 3 front court attacking options, plus Maurizio on the pipe. Oh, and Lucarelli is shut out big time. That's a great block from Patch as it comes back off of Lucarelli as he tries to go block out. USA warming up nicely, just 2 in it now. Christensen once again, good serve. Off the net, Lucarelli just keeps it in play. And Sander makes sure that that one hits the floor. Out of system play from Brazil. Changes your mindset when attacking. In system play from the USA, going for the kill. And that run of points from the USA has forced Del Zotto's hand. He's called timeout. As expected, packed out around the court, and plenty more filling in up in the gods. As Christensen serves again for the US. Another one flirting with the net. And Wallace. He's a unique character, Wallace. I don't think there's anyone else in the world of volleyball as an opposite player who has his approach and hits like he does. Everything said cross court, and still he finds the line. A big serve from Lucas. Excellent. USA have run the B quick, the shoot ball to the middle with great effect for both Jendrick and Smith all tournament long. No chance for Bruno. Huge serve from Sander. Still in play. USA clinging on. Oh, Patch makes the dig just a little bit too high for Jeschke to try and bring it back. That's lovely play from Maurizio as we hit the technical timeout. Brazil leading by 2. All plyometric, isn't it, from Wallace as he goes a 2-footed plant and approach and jump. Massive vertical from him. Wallace gets the overpass. Christensen, bit of a rush of blood from Christensen. He was never going to get a hand on it. He's back court, and a needless point given away. I guess you've got to try something. You don't want Brazil just to come and smack it straight back at you. Wallace is going to try it again now from the serving line. Excellent pass from Shoji. Chase is on, but nobody's able to go and get it. Jeschke's point. Getting the wipe off of Bruno. giving the USA the ball back. Smith, he's got an excellent jump serve on him, I should say. And I spoke too soon. Commentator's curse, apologies for all of those you supporting the USA. I won't say that again. But he has been serving really well throughout this tournament. And it's not something we usually get to see. Normally Smith comes on into the front row as a replacement blocker. So actually to see his range of skills and what he brings to this team has been really impressive, and you can see why he's stepped up into the first 6 hitting middle blocking slot. Patch now for the US. Jeschke, Christensen and Jendrik in the front row. A serve from Patch, brilliant serve. And he left the serve-receive unit standing. Well, Maurizio will not be happy with that. He's fronting up against Patch. You could say it's a 1 in 10 serve. If he had another 9 of these, he wouldn't get it in the same spot, which is why Maurizio deals with that. That might come back. Christensen onto it. Shoji has to dig it up in the air for the attack. And a net touch by Jeschke, couldn't keep his momentum from creating the fault. If you're new to the game and you're wondering why it is that Shoji had to dig it, because he's inside the 3-meter line, he's not allowed to set the ball with his hands for an attack. He can dig it for an attack. One of the rules of being a defensive specialist. He's also not allowed to attack the ball above the height of the net, front court or back court. That man is, though, Sander. Flying in. Hang time is amazing. Sander playing his volleyball for Al Arabi Sports Club in Qatar at the moment. Maurizio gets the block out off of that serve from Jeschke to get things going. Bruno back to the serving line. Second time around for him. As Brazil get round one whole rotation. Great up by Lucarelli. Everybody scrambling. That'll be a foot fault actually against Shoji. It's not been spotted. As the libero came around, his foot was the other side of the net. And it's the USA who take the point. Rather fortuitous one. But a great dig by Lucarelli. This is where Shoji goes through. As he comes around now and turns, his foot is over the line. The question is, did it touch or toe the floor? As long as it stayed in the area, they've been okay. As it is, USA have the point. They're only one back now as Jendrik goes with a jump floater. Picking on the front court swing. Lucas off the block and away. And Brazil staying in front at the moment. This game is ticking along nicely. Heavy serve from Maurizio. Heavy spike from Patch. Patch again. And plenty on it to see it sail over the sideline. The difference between block height and net penetration, or court penetration, the angle to which the ball will then come off the hands. But at this level, it's a battle between getting as high as you can and also getting as far across as you can. Oh, pure quality, world-class swing hitting from Lucarelli. Right into the corner. 3 blockers against him. High, hard and long into the corner. Brilliant. Oh, Patch somewhat caught by surprise by that. Lucarelli again, and he's found another impressive angle. First one was deep to the corner, this one just the other side of the 3-meter line. Brazil sneaking a point from the serving line. John Spiror noting that and calling a timeout. Interesting words from John Spiror, just reminding the players of what they do out of system, but also reminding them that whilst you are out of system, you don't have the luxury of not going for it, not in the semi-final. Huge throwdown from Wallace, and we hit the technical timeout. Brazil open up a 4-point gap. Lucas. Christensen's back row, but he was stood on the floor protecting himself, not counting as a block, and that does count as a block. Smith denying Brazil. That's a really good play from David Smith. Sander. Huge serve from him. Free ball now for the US. Not the best of sets to Smith, but he makes something of it. It was a little bit slow and off the net, but he's worked the block very well indeed, has Smith. Souza trying to spread block, didn't work. USA back to within 2. Sander again. Jump float this time. Trying to change the rhythm, making it difficult for Brazil. You have to fancy Bruno's going to come up with all sorts of plays like that. If he fancies an opportunity in the middle, he can take it, especially when you've got Souza and Lucas, who don't need a run-up. They can just jump and hit. Wallace. Lucarelli gets the crowd going. Another timeout called by the USA. It'll be Wallace to serve. Yeah, this spectacular Arena de Bichada. Nice ball in by Shoji. Patch, showing exactly why he's the starting opposite player for the USA. Smith. Lucarelli keeps it in play. Wallace off the net slightly. USA saying they didn't touch the ball, which means they could challenge that if they wanted to. They can challenge in rally, although the referee's saying he saw it touch the block. Well, it looked like it did catch Jeski, didn't it, as it went up? It rolls up in the air. Or did it? First view kind of looks like it did. Jeski's not taking it any further. Brazil have the point, 5 in front now. USA bench looking on. Maybe an opportunity for one or two of them. Certainly is for the captain, Kawika Shoji, coming on to serve. Oh, brilliant. Ace serve from Shoji. Lokomotiv Novosibirsk, club player in Russia, acing Tiales. He and his brother both playing in Russia for the same club. Both now on court for their country. Trying to get back into this set. Let off for Brazil. Nice dig by Lucarelli. Wallace brings it back, but it's a free ball here for the US. They believe it went outside the antenna, and the referee agrees with them. And as soon as it's gone outside that red and white hole, it's out of play. See the signal by the lines official. It's a fine line between success and failure when you're jump serving. Lots of variables you have to get right, technically, as well as the throw. Too far in front, too high, too low, you have problems. No problem for Sander. But these next few rotations are where the USA have to take perhaps even more chances, but they have to force this in order to get back into the set. Very nice from Sander. New server onto court, Garrett Muaga Tutia, who plays his volleyball in China for Tianjin Men's Volleyball Club. It's a good serve. The block did its job and slowed the ball down, but nobody able to go and rescue it, and Brazil now 2 away from taking the opening set. Smith not actually seeing what Lucas was doing, trying to take away an area of court. Belzotto very happy. Maurizio for Brazil. Nice pass. Oh, that was unlucky. Good ball in from Sander, but he went up and kind of snatched at the ball, hitting around it slightly. Thought he was going to take them on cross-court with this. He had the angle for cross, but ripping it around, and now it's set point for Brazil. Crowd on their feet. Maurizio looking to deliver an ace if he can. That would really get the crowd going. It's a big serve, but it's dealt with. And Jeschke on the pipe attack saves set point. It's backs to the wall time now, though, for the US, as Christensen will go and serve. First set goes away at Brazil, 25-20. There.